Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, the question of who supports terrorism has sparked the biggest diplomatic spat for years in the Gulf. Qatar has denied Saudi accusations that it supports terror groups as 5 Arab states slapped on a travel ban and cut diplomatic ties. Our foreign affairs correspondent Jonathan Rugman has this.
The Saudi newsreader was to the point. It has been decided, he said, to cut diplomatic and consular ties with Qatar, and access via land, sea and air into Saudi will be stopped. Only last month, Gulf leaders met in this display of unity. But even the most stable part of the Middle East is dangerously unpredictable. The regional rivalry began to worsen around 2012, here in Egypt, when Qatar supported the election of a short-lived Islamist government, a democratic election which Saudi Arabia saw as a threat to the region. Around the same time, Saudi and Qatar backed different rebel factions in Syria's civil war. In Libya too, Saudi and Qatar are behind rival groups. Yet from here to Palestine, every Arab peace process depends on the Gulf states getting along. And the war against so-called Islamic State depends on them too. This American airbase in Qatar is the nerve center for the coalition's air war against IS. Now several Gulf states could refuse to go there. No wonder America's chief diplomat has offered to mediate while playing down this rift.
I do not expect that this will have any significant impact, if any impact at all, on the unified fight against terrorism in the region or globally.
5 countries which severed diplomatic ties with Qatar released separate but coordinated statements. The most influential, Saudi Arabia, cited Qatar's alleged support for al-Qaeda and IS. The United Arab Emirates and Egypt followed suit, while the Bahraini authorities claimed Qatar supports terrorism there. Yemen's internationally backed government also joined the chorus, accusing Qatar of talking to the Houthi rebels the Yemenis are fighting. The Qatari state owns the Shard, which towers over London Bridge. So it's ironic that today the Saudis have accused the Qataris of encouraging terrorism. But people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. And what today's dispute may really be about is Saudi Arabia's determination, to the point of obsession, to isolate Iran. It's an obsession Donald Trump seems to share. And by choosing Saudi Arabia as his first foreign destination, this president may have fueled Saudi's regional ambition.
Qatar is hardly a friend of Iran's. The two countries have been on opposite sides of the civil war in Syria. But there was a phone call recently where the Qatari emir congratulated the Iranian president on being re-elected. Some very small signs like that can blow up into huge crises in a Gulf where there's a lot of anxiety at present.
As for the UK, well, it's been winning defence and trade deals with these Gulf states for decades, and so may now try to mediate. Getting a post-Brexit trade agreement, though, may prove that much harder if one key player, Qatar, remains out in the cold.
Jonathan Rugman reporting.
I've been getting away with it.